Hey everybody, it's Robert coming to you with another adventure into history, and today I'm out here with just me. So this is going to be a solo exploration today, which I haven't done one of these by myself in a while. I don't know how to handle myself being out here alone like this. Anyway, obviously I'm walking down a set of railroad tracks right now, and I am on the hunt for a cemetery that these railroad tracks are supposed to lead me to. My friend Dennis told me that we have to walk down these railroad tracks and we should see a Woodman of the World marker right off the tracks. Should be pretty close up to the tracks, and that will be this lost and forgotten cemetery that we're looking for. This one is unknown to everybody. It's one that Cecil, when he was doing his survey of Talbot County, I don't think he got this one. So this is an unknown cemetery, and I'm really excited to see it and hope I can find it. So the way that my friend Dennis said that he found it was he used to have hunting land out here, and he hunted across the railroad tracks from the cemetery, on the other side of the railroad tracks from the cemetery, that is. And I guess he was out walking one day and he said he noticed it because of the Woodman of the World monument that's in it. So I'm thinking, oh, there's thunder, that's great. Anyway, I'm thinking that the railroad tracks are kind of, they've obviously got a lifted bed here like that, but the land around it is kind of a hill, kind of slopes down. So I'm thinking maybe I can see the land actually gets higher up here, so maybe it's right up here. And these are active tracks that we're walking down right now, so you know you shouldn't do this. Just FYI, don't try this at home. Don't walk down railroad tracks. It's not safe, and we got to keep our ears and eyes out for trains or railroad employees that would yell at us for doing this. So we're coming up where the land is a little bit higher to the railroad tracks, and I kind of feel like a cemetery would be on the hill. You know, that's what we usually see. So I'm going to slow down and keep my eyes open for it. What I neglected to do was actually ask what side of the tracks this was on. He told me to, when I get to the tracks, walk down them to the right, but I didn't ask, is it on the left of the tracks or the right of the tracks? He also told me that there was a field out here that he used to hunt, but I think it was a while back, so that may have become overgrown. To the top of this hill, that looks like a good place for a cemetery. Up there I see some older growth trees, but I don't see any headstones jumping out at me just yet. Doesn't mean that they are not hidden. And he said it's probably, grown up since he saw it. This actually looks like a field up here. A little bit more backstory is the fellow who owned the land where the cemetery is. He said that he was 90 years old at the time, and he didn't know any of the history of the cemetery. He just basically said it was there when he got the land. So it'd be interesting to find this one, because as far as I know, this one is kind of undocumented, and that always excites me with finding a cemetery that's truly undocumented. Cecil and I just went and looked at one the other day that didn't appear anywhere, not on Find a Grave or any of the listings. And we filmed it, and the family who had people buried out there started commenting on the video and telling us a little bit more history of it. I had a couple people comment thanking me for filming that cemetery that was the first time they had seen their ancestor's grave. And I think that is why we do this sort of thing. That and documentation. Another thing that I commonly get asked is when we see a cemetery site that's been damaged or destroyed, is why isn't it illegal to destroy or damage a cemetery? And the answer for that is yes, it is illegal to damage or destroy a cemetery. But if a cemetery is in the middle of the woods and nobody knows it's there and nobody's checking on it, who's going to know if it gets destroyed or not? So that's why these documentations and recording cemetery locations and documenting cemeteries is so very important, so we know where they are and can keep an eye on them so they don't get destroyed. And of course it's thundering. All right, well, I'm going to keep looking, and hopefully we can find this cemetery. The other problem is it could be right off of these tracks, and it'd be hard to see right now with how everything's grown up so much. Okay, so I just phoned a friend, and it is on this side of the railroad tracks, the right, and he said it's about a mile down the tracks. So we've walked a pretty good ways, and we're still looking for it. But first, we have to stop and rescue this guy. Oh, you see him right there? Look at you. All right. Well, you're a turtle. And you're always supposed to face turtles in the same direction they were going. And there's this great little wetlands area over here. So I'm just going to set him over here because he wasn't going nowhere with that railroad track in his way. All right. Looking for cemeteries and saving turtles. That's what we do here on Adventures into History. As I listen to the thunder all around me and think about the fact that railroad tracks probably attract lightning. So we should be over there on that side of the road. That's where the cemetery, or that side of the railroad, that's where the cemetery should be. He said that side of the railroad, I should say, used to be a field and a cow pasture, and it was just down from the cow pasture, so I can't really tell now because it's all grown up. But I like the way this looks over here. This is another hill. So we could be in luck right here. It looks like it had a road cut through it at one time. And we've probably come about a mile down the tracks so far. All right, so I'm seeing a hill here. And again, that's where cemeteries typically are, on the tops of hills. But I'm not seeing a cemetery yet. I'm not seeing any monuments yet. I'm also, and people always ask me these questions, how do you find things like this? I'm also looking at the tree growth. Because a lot of times with a cemetery, if everyone has done the right thing, then they won't have been timbered. So you have hardwoods growing in them and cedars, that sort of thing. So keeping my eyes out for that, because we're going to find it. Because we got to find it. Robert with Adventures into History. Of course we're going to find it. I see it. I see it just that quick. I see it. Up there, maybe. Or maybe not. I might have gotten too excited too soon. I see something in the woods up there, something big. But it looks too big to be a monument now. Okay. is that? It's just a hunting blind. It's just a hunting blind. I got excited too soon. Yep. Yeah. Got excited too soon on that one. Well, we'll just keep going and keep looking. Okay, just a little bit further down, and I like what I'm seeing here. Got some holly tree growing there. We've got a couple larger oaks and a fence. This is it. This is it, guys. Now we got it. And now, for sure this time. This isn't a blind. This isn't a blind. Yeah, here we go. Got a little too excited the last time. Too soon. Oh man. This is incredible. Wow, look at this. Oh my gosh. Okay, so before we dive in, we got to keep our eyes on the ground because recently I was in the woods and I'm a little bit ashamed to admit I almost stepped on a timber rattlesnake. So we got to keep our eyes on the ground because they left cemeteries. And we got to document this, guys. High five for y'all and me. We're discovering this place together for the first time. So there used to be a fence around it. We can see remnants of that over there. And then we can actually see an old gate over here. There is the Woodman of the World monument. Now this is how this cemetery was initially spotted, was he saw the Woodman of the World monument. And we've got a name, I can see a name now, Moore. So, all right, I just wanted to come over here real quick and show you the old gate that comes into this cemetery. We'll just do a real quick scan out through there. Looks like just woods. So let's come over here and let's jump into this. And let's you and I document this cemetery together. This is unrecorded. As far as I know right now, this is an undocumented cemetery. I don't think it's on Find a Grave. And Cecil told me when he was doing his cemetery survey, he said he didn't come down here and get this one. So, and he got a lot in Talbot County. So this is a big deal right here for all of us. All right, we've got these great false crypts. We've got the piece of stone on top, and it's on the brick vaults. It's got mother there, father there. All right, let's get in some names here. Look at this. So this is Moore. This has got to be the Moore family cemetery, no doubt. And just, we got the open Bible on top. See that there? And then you can see the detail of the stone there. And it says Mrs. W.R. Moore, born March 13th, 1843, and died January 31st, 1917. Weep not, she is not dead, but sleepeth. And at the bottom, it says Moore. I'm really excited about this one. Funny thing is, Cecil and I, not that long ago, we went to a cemetery that he had found. And you had to walk down railroad tracks to find that one too. So, yeah. This is cool. All right, so this one looks a little newer than the one that Cecil and I found. The one Cecil and I found was back in his pre-Civil War, back in the plantation era. So that was 1917. This is 1875. We're getting older. See the detail work at the top there. This is W.R. Moore. He was born June 9th, 1825 and died October 26th, 1875. May he rest in peace. It says Moore at the bottom there. And look at this, the base, how it's designed like cut brick. It's a solid stone, but it's engraved like it's cut brick. And on the stone it says Father. Whew. It's hot. I'm pouring out sweat here. It is hot, but worth it. All right. So this one, start at the top again. You see the engraving in the stone. This is T.W. Moore. November 19th, 1868 to May 9th, 1907. Meet me in heaven. It says at the bottom. You see the ivy there, and there it says Moore. Meet me in heaven. T.W. Moore. Let's make sure there's not anything else on the stone. No other names or engravings. I don't see anything. So this is the Woodman of the World stone. So at some point in time, this part of the stone has been knocked down and then stood back up. And you can see it was, I'd say, somewhat recently stood back up, because you can see where it was face down from the color difference there for a long time, and someone has stood it up. So good on whoever did that. The base is cut logs and ivy going up the cut logs like that. So it says Woodman of the World Memorial. This is John Lee Moore, October 2nd, 1873 to March 1st, 1914. March 1st, 1914. All right. We've got two more. There's a child right there. But we'll look at this one first. Let's see who this is. This is Belle Moore. January 19th, 1872 to May 5th, 1914. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. At the bottom it says Moore. That's a pretty stone too, with the curtain draped on top. Okay, so let's get some dates real quick. We've got 1914, 1914, and what was this one? 1907, and we know 1875 there. I remember that. So, and all these people died within 1917, except for the 1875 burial. All the other deaths were very close. Very close. All right, we gotta look at the child. I can't forget the child's grave. Thelma Moore, December 24th, 1911. Blessed are the early dead. Wow. Okay. There it is. Look at these. Wow, you know, I wonder how many more cemeteries like this exist, because the only way to access this is either a several mile trek through woods or the mile hike down the railroad tracks. And normally, we wouldn't have found something like this if it wasn't for my friend Dennis, who used to hunt over on that side, and he saw the Woodman of the World monument and came over here. And like I said, he talked to the property owner, who was 90 years old at the time, and he said he didn't know anything about the cemetery. It was just here when he got the land. And it was obviously a family cemetery, so the Moore family used to own this land, no doubt, and their house is, probably somewhere nearby. And this is their cemetery. And, there could be descendants right now looking for these graves. So check that out. So we're going to have to walk through this, because it's a large fenced off area, and see if we can identify any more graves. All right, so before I walk away from these, I'm going to take a picture of these, and I'll send them to Cecil. If they're not on Find a Grave, he'll be able to add them to it. and he can also add it to his Talbot County survey. Okay, got the pictures taken. Look at this view right here. The second time I've been in a cemetery, the sun is just hitting it just right. Oh well, we missed something on the back of this headstone too. This one's been over at some time. See the scratches on the back of it? Okay, let's walk the fence line real quick just to make sure we haven't missed anything. I don't see any indentions or anything out here, not yet at least. We've got this beautiful row of graves right here. I mean, just look at that. And it seems to be fenced right to them. So that means this area over here would be encompassing the cemetery. But I don't see anything that indicates that there's any more graves out here in the Moore family cemetery as it is. There's the old fence. And there's the tree that made me slow down and look for this place. Right there, the old oak tree. Yeah, there's no other graves here that are readily visible. Okay, folks, that was a heck of a find back there. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing it as much as I did and enjoyed watching this video with me. It is hot in Georgia today. I am pouring out sweat, and we're probably a little over a mile down these tracks. So we got to walk back and find the Jeep. Hopefully it's still there. So incredible discovery today. I thank y'all for coming out here with me. And again, big shout out to my friend Dennis for leading me here and being able to document this old lost and forgotten cemetery. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you next time on another adventure into history.